You guys are going to watch WWE SummerSlam 1992 with me, whether you want to or not. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. It has been 3 long weeks since we have been up here to do a classic pay-per-view watch-along due to my busy schedule and being on vacation. Very, very happy to be back tonight to watch a good one. 30-year anniversary coming up next month of SummerSlam 1992 that took place all the way over in England at Wembley Stadium, with a record-setting crowd of, I believe, about 80,000 was in attendance for this thing to watch Brett and Bulldog in the main event for the IC title. We have Savage and Warrior on the show as well, Undertaker and Kamala, LOD and Money Inc., Shawn and Rick Martel, all sorts of wacky-ass matches on this show, and it's not really a SummerSlam that I really go back and watch a whole heck of a lot. Watched the Bulldog and Brett match many times, of course, but the rest of the show, isn't one that I see a lot of, or I really remember going back and watching a lot. So this will be fun to look back at. I'll remember most of this, of course, and this was an interesting SummerSlam because to date, it still is the only one that's ever taken place outside of the U.S., and this was a completely different, a big time change they had to deal with as well. I did not order this on pay-per-view, so I believe it aired on a delay here, if I remember right. Not really sure. We Are Pro Wrestling is in the house, who I'm sure can give us all sorts of great facts about this show. A couple of them I think he's already put in the chat here that I'll read in a minute. But, yeah, this should be a fun one. So I'm excited for it. I just want to say hi to everybody that's here in the chat and make sure I can be heard. Yeah, we look good. Yeah, I have a little bit of a different setup for watch along, so I just want to make sure we are looking good here. We appear to be. It is good to see you guys, Vash and Lowell, Lil Justin. We've got Destiny, Ben, Tatanani. Garrett is in the house. Right on. We Are Pro Wrestling. There you are. Good to see you, man. We got Ray Friend in the house. Hassan, Kenny, David Brown is here. Gerard 316, it's Robert Twins fan, Jet the Hawk, Mike Witt, and George Morris chiming in with $5. Thank you very much for that. Hey Greg, how are you doing? SummerSlam 92, 10 out of 10, and how are your cats doing next week? How about SummerSlam 91, 93, 96, or 97? All great. Those are all really good options. 96 isn't that great of a show, to be honest. I thought that was a terrible SummerSlam. 93 was kind of no picnic either for me. I mean, it wasn't bad, but I don't consider either one of those great. SummerSlam 97 was pretty good because it was in the middle of the USA-Canada feud. And SummerSlam 91, I kind of did say we were going to do. We might do that one next week, but we'll talk about it. We'll see what we wind up doing next week. Next week, as of right now, is up in the air. It is not a 100% guarantee I will be here for a watch-along just because of work, but I'll find out real soon. Might even know that by tomorrow or definitely by Wednesday when we're up here doing the Dynamite watch-along. So keep a lookout for that. But, yeah, I think 91 would be a good one because it's got that Brett Perfect match a year before the main event of this pay-per-view, also for the IC title, Brett and Bulldog. So it would be a good one to do. I think so. Anthony Alston, good to see you as well. We Are Pro Wrestling says, the show took place August 29th, 1992, aired on tape delay in the U.S. on August 31st. No shit. Then the day after, on the primetime taping, Flair won the WWF title from Savage. I remember the primetime taping. I did not know it aired 2 days later. Holy shit. How do I not know that? I was 15 at the time. I wasn't getting the Torch yet or anything like that, or the Observer, and wasn't reading any of that stuff, but I just assumed it just aired a little bit later. That's nuts. Anyway, cool. I'm glad you're here to fill us in on that type of stuff. And Steven Scott, good to see you as well. Appreciate that $5, and good to see you back. Hey, good mic work. Did you yesterday talk about Natalya? No selling Liv at the live event. No, I didn't. I did see that and didn't even think to put it in my notes. Didn't think it was that much of an issue, but it is a little bit head-scratching. You guys know, for me being such a mark for the Hart family, it is kind of funny in my mind that I don't care much for Natalya. But I really don't know the story behind that. And if I would have brought it up yesterday, all we would have said is what happened. I wouldn't have had any idea as to why. So maybe that will come out down the road. Mike, today is the 11th anniversary of the 2011 Money in the Bank Summer of Punk. The WWE title win, blowing the kiss to Vince, belt in the refrigerator. What a time. Anywho, let's start queuing up SummerSlam 1992. Most of you guys are here every week with us doing watch-alongs, so you know what to do. You just got to head over to Peacock, pull up the WWE tab, go to the WWE portion, go to the SummerSlam tab, and you want to look for Season 5. Episode 1, SummerSlam 1992. According to Peacock, the runtime for this event is 2 hours, 46 minutes, and 48 seconds. So if you're watching on another platform or somewhere else, you should probably be able to sync up pretty well, but not perfectly. So we will all hit play together here in just a minute or two. And as soon as I do that, the timer above my head will begin to run. So in order to follow along, you just got to sync up your Peacock with this timer. And if either one of us experience interruptions or problems or whatever, the timer above my head will always be running no matter what. So even if my SummerSlam crashes right here, all I got to do is just sync myself up once I'm back up and running. However, if we have an internet loss or something like that, then we're fucked. It's happened to us once before, but we should be fine tonight. We've got this thing under control. I believe this is like the 40th watch along we've done. Something like that, 39th, 40th. I've lost count, but we're getting up there. We do this a lot, and it's great to have you guys here every week. So during all this time, hopefully you've pulled up your cock and you got your SummerSlam 1992 ready to go. Go ahead and watch any ads you need to watch for and just get all those zeros across the board, and we're going to hit play together. And once we do that, don't skip the intro or anything like that. You just sit back, set it, and forget it, and we watch it together. That's how it works. I should say cheers to you guys before we hit play. Got a nice Steve Austin Broken Skull American Lager that we're going to be sipping on during SummerSlam 92. My first alcoholic beverage since Hawaii, which I had quite a few of them. So cheers to you guys, and right on. Let's see if there's anything else I need to see. Nope, we are good to go. All right, let's get our fingers ready. I got to double up my fingers here on the play button and the timer so we can all get ready to rock. All right, this finger's good to go, and so is this one. All right, we're going to do a countdown from 3. I'm a little rusty on how to do this. It's been a few weeks, but I should be able to pull this off. Y'all ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, Vince, it's brought to us by ICHRO, y'all. I should have worn my ICHRO shirt. I have one. I don't ever associate England with summer. It always seems so cold there. Our listeners currently residing over there, what's the weather like right now? Looks cloudy. Where's our little friend? The Macho Man Randy Savage. Where's our friend who says Bulldog's going to win? Whether he wants to or not. Now, we have located that person, apparently. That is a girl, if you can believe that. She has come forward, I think, in the last couple years, they've found her, which is really interesting. Legend. Legend. This is quite the intro here. Oh, I should see. By the way, I have a really janky version of this on VHS. It's just mangled, but it counts. I haven't found a good mint condition one of this that I've been really willing to pay for, so this one's pretty old, but it works. SummerSlam 92. There we go. Look at that. Middle of the day. That's a huge arena. Look at Vince. He's happy. He's like, what a gate. What a fucking gate. Cha-ching. By the way, cheers. Well, you little stupid peasant. Jerry Lawler was just about to come into the company around this time. A couple months later. Huh. Oh, yeah, they were trying to play off which corner Ric Flair would be in. Ric Flair, I don't believe, correct me if I'm wrong here, he did not compete at a SummerSlam until 2002. He was in the company just coming in 91, and then he was not scheduled for a match in 92. Take another 10 years for him to get a SummerSlam match. All right, we're just, so this is SummerSlam here. So what, we're about 7 months away from Hogan coming back, Jimmy Hart going babyface. Some might cost a little, some might cost a lot. It's a long-ass aisle. Who are they wrestling here? Natural disasters? Interesting. Today marks 9 years for Charlotte in the WWE. It's an interesting stat. Anybody ever been to Wembley? It looks very, wide. British tax cheats. Oh, LOD, that's right. Why did I think it was a natural disasters? Oh, yeah. This was the end of LOD in the WWE, which sucks. I liked Ellering coming back. I hated Rocco. Now, Hawk has told the story that he burned his, calf on the hot muffler of this bike. I've heard him tell that story before, somewhere. And then right after this, Hawk would bounce. I think he was dealing with some issues and brief falling out between Hawk and Animal there. Those are awesome shoulder pads, though. I love the gold. Yeah, the Rocco thing was a bit too cartoony. His Road Warriors had earlier in their days, the scary biker horror movie type persona, and now they were more into comic book character persona. They had changed a lot, but they had great theme music, great look. Yeah, is that what We Are Pro Wrestling said earlier? Let me go find that comment. So the original top 3 matches, had it stayed in the U.S., were Savage and Flair, Brett, Shawn in a ladder match for the IC title, and Ultimate Warrior versus Papa Shango. That would have all made sense. I don't recall or know if SummerSlam was originally scheduled to be in the U.S. and what made them move it to Wembley. I mean, this would have been 2 stadium shows basically back-to-back, because WrestleMania also was in the Hoosier Dome. 92 was a hot year. Cooled off at the end, but the beginning was pretty awesome. Yeah, DiBiase in white was weird. When he was a babyface way back in the day, he would wear blue and then black during his WWE run. Time to regroup, DiBiase. One more year for Ted. He'd work the following SummerSlam against Razor Ramon and lose, and that would be his last match. What's up, Kenny Williams? Ted taken out by the hawk. Or by the animal, excuse me. And he also wore green. Yeah, well, back in the day, that's all you had. Red, green, blue, black, or white. What would you like, sir? Mr. Wrestler? Okay. Capitol Center in Landover, Maryland. That's an interesting venue for SummerSlam. Yeah, WWE must have known that they can draw a huge house if they go over there. And they did. I'm trying to think. So I'm in California, so I believe, if my math is right, I want to say it's 9 hours later currently in England right now than it is with me. Maybe 6 hours from the East Coast, something like that. I'm surprised this aired on such a delay, but this was one of the final years you could really get away with doing that. That's another big reason why I don't think WWE would prior to now have a big pay-per-view over there, just because of, you know, how would it affect the viewership and stuff, which you'd think is ludicrous because people in England and all over overseas and stuff have had to watch pay-per-views here in the U.S. at crazy fucking times, literally their entire lives. So to make us do it once shouldn't be a big deal, but WWE knows it probably would have a drastic effect on, you know, back in the day on the amount of pay-per-view buys, but now with Peacock, it really shouldn't matter, you know? But I think the best England is really ever going to get is what we're seeing in September, Castlevania, as we like to call it. Look at the width of those steps. See that dad and son walking down? It's like fucking this wide. It's got Nutter Center steps in there. As Irwin takes a shot to the buckle. Casey. What does he want? Oof. Hmm. At least we get Bobby Heenan on commentary for this. There we go. Thank you for that, David. 1:22 in Scotland. Holy shit. So that's about right. 7 hours. No, 8 hours. Excuse me. 8 hours ahead of me. I thought it was 9. It's cool to know we got some decent amounts of audience members in like Scotland and stuff. I think that's great. I can only imagine what it's like to live over there and think about us. Those dumbass Americans. Always fucking drama. They're all crazy. And their cheese-filled sausages. Yeah, Hawk's issues at this time, I think, was, just more alcohol and drugs for him. If you can reach a man, you don't have to touch him. Just go in there and tag. It's fine. Yeah, see, they're close enough. Bobby Heenan's fine with it. I don't know how many times in history I have seen Paul Ellering and Bobby Heenan in this close proximity to each other. Yeah, some people didn't love LOD in WWE. I would have preferred if they just would have kept them the Road Warriors. I did like their presentation, their theme music. But their more legendary days definitely came in NWA. Come on, Hawk. I have no idea who even wins this match. I think LOD does, but I don't know. There's some legendary story, too, of Hawk getting the better of Randy Savage in some sort of physical altercation. Which I can believe. Hawk is a scary-looking dude. Who's that one guy who comes out with the cows with the bells? He was in the old days, like a bunch of cows? I don't know. I should know that. I can't think of anybody who came to the ring with a bunch of cows. We've got a lot of cowboy gimmicks. Did Dusty bring cows to the ring? Oh, maybe. They might. God, the Road Warriors run in AWA I thought was pretty quick. But yeah, I guess they would have been there too. Yeah, Bobby would have been there, I think. He was in WWE by 84. I don't recall when. I thought Road Warriors came into AWA either right around that time or slightly after, but maybe it was before. Hold him. I wonder what time of day this aired. Feels like a 4 p.m. show or something. Ah, Joey Morella. I like how Ellering's got Rocco in a chair, sitting in a chair. Oh, Hillbilly Jim? Him? Yeah, Hillbilly. I was my Hulk Hogan LJN figure. I got it in a tag team set with Hogan and Hillbilly. Hogan gave Hillbilly his boots, his first pair of boots when he was like brought in by Hogan. He was one of Hogan's very first allies ever in WWE once he became Hulk Hogan in 84. And then they didn't reference much of the Hillbilly and Hogan friendship for years after that. It was almost like an afterthought. It's breaking down. All four of them are in. I have no clue who's legal. There goes Rotundo. Oof. Ooh, Michael Jackson had a concert in Wembley in '88. I'm sure that was packed. Oof. There we go. Oh, they were going for the Doomsday. IRS stopped it. Yes. Big power slam. And they beat him. There we go. I'm glad that wasn't a DQ or nothing. I couldn't remember if they won or not. And then after this, apparently, it's going to be curtains for LOD and WWE until they would return to the Manhattan Center 5 years later. 4.5. Yeah, Bobby Heenan, Joey Morella is not his favorite favorite referee, that's for sure. Oh yeah, Live Aid with Queen. That's probably a great image. The audience. Oh, the baseball draft is tonight? Interesting. Man, DiBiase does not have a good record at SummerSlam, does he? You know, didn't he lose in 91? And he would lose the next year. Here's Flair. It is kind of true. Savage did have a handful of tights at WrestleMania, but Warrior got the shot. Yes, I've definitely heard of Hillbilly Jim. Absolutely. He's a country boy. Don't go messing with him. Yeah, he's like gonna wrestle. Any kind of action. Flair still looked pretty good here. This was 30 years ago, and this motherfucker was already a 20-year veteran. Crazy. And he's about to wrestle in a couple weeks. Couldn't imagine Hillbilly going heel on Hogan. He would work, though. Hillbilly's big.
Don't do this to me. Is it going to be the Ultimate Warrior? Ric Flair. Enough is enough. Like the great Winston Churchill once said, now is the time. And now is the time. We demand to know the whereabouts of Mr. Perfect for SummerSlam. Why, he's in the dressing room.
So Perfect is going to be in one of their corners. Is that what this was about? Which corner will he be in? Look at Virgil. Don't hit Sean Mooney, Virgil. Cost a lot of breadsticks to get those teeth fixed. No, Mike, that was the previous year. 91 was when Warrior did that whole thing. I don't think Warrior turning heel here would have worked. Not in 92, anyway. Virgil, I hope that's just sweat dripping from your two nostrils there. He said he's too legit to quit. That's awesome. Hey, that was probably the same year. Let me see. Too legit to quit, 92? That sounds about right. He's too legit to quit. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, it's Nails and Virgil. Oh, Virgil, you're in trouble. Nails! This guy. Poor Virgil. He's reached the point in his career he's just fed to people. Pretty sure he'd put over Yokozuna. at the pay-per-view after this. So let me think here. I don't know the exact date, but I'm pretty sure it was early October. I think we're like, less than 2 months. Probably 1 month or a little bit more from Brett winning the title. Right after he loses it here, of course. Look at Danny Davis refereeing this thing. You're not going to see much wrestling here. Probably not. Nails was terrible. Nails was terrible. Nails, of course, was famously fired for choking out Vince McMahon in his office over some sort of money dispute. Several different stories and renditions of that have been told, and it's all usually the same, is that he just grabbed Vince and started choking him, and he started screaming. Who else is too legit to quit besides Virgil? Are you J.R. Falls? I know I am. Mike Witt, what about you? Too legit? Pure raw determination. Yeah, when he attacked the Boss Man on TV, and then Boss Man, I guess, was off TV for a while, selling all that. He looks like, you know what he looks like? He looks like a giant, like, monster version of Uncle Joey from Full House. Or like if, I don't know, like Gary Busey fucked Sid Vicious or something. I don't know. Society did it to him. It's society's fault. Bobby's right. Dave Coulier, yeah. Dave Coulier was awesome because he would always be rocking a Detroit Red Wings jersey. So that makes Uncle Joey cool with me. Great move by Virgil. Like, if you were spending time in prison and you get out, are you going to continue to wear your red fucking jumpsuit? No, I'm going to be wearing some jeans and a nice t-shirt and some kicks, comfortable sneaks. I'm not going to wear that shit. I can see his Joey's apple from here. Ah, Virgil's out. Somebody save Virgil. Virgil's out. No, Nails just choked him to death. Yeah, the old Dave Coulier and Alanis Morissette rumor. It's the word is "You Ought to Know." It was a song about Uncle Joey. I learned another music. One of my favorite singers is Don Henley from the Eagles, and he had some pretty good singles records after the Eagles days. And there's a couple of songs. One was "Heart of the Matter," and the other one was "Worthless Evening." Both really good songs from the 80s, and I just recently learned that those songs were about Michelle Pfeiffer. And I never knew that. And I kind of looked it up, and I'm like, it seems like people corroborate that a little bit. And I'm like, sometimes you don't even realize celebrities' relationships with each other. But that's old music. You guys are too young.
I have been investigating the whereabouts of Mr. Perfect since he arrived on the scene with Ric Flair.
Put Alfred on the case, because Lord Alfred can figure anything out.
He is actually inside the Macho Man's dressing room. I can confirm, however, that this door has been locked.
Yeah, Bossman was still selling the injuries, and from what I remember, there was a big, I probably have the magazine, there's a magazine spread of Bossman, like, showing off his bruises and shit.
The whereabouts of Mr. Perfect. In the meantime,
How badly he was beaten up. Back to you, Mean Gene. Look at Sherry. What is she wearing? Good grief.
this time, my special guest is frequent companion of Shawn Michaels' sensational
Frequent companion of Shawn Michaels.
tonight for SummerSlam. You know, I vividly recall how this entire thing all began some time ago. It happened when Shawn Michaels
This is a very interesting program here for the time. It's a heel program. You didn't see a lot of this. Look there, Brett, and look at that's kind of cool. Brett and Martel, with Brett and the Boston Crab, because the Strike Force beat the Hart Foundation for the titles when Martel tapped Neidhart to the Boston Crab. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, the Shawn gimmick kind of stole the thunder of the model.
he looks at the action and he looks at you. And I couldn't help detect, Sherry, that the model
There was a short time when I was younger that I thought Rick Martel and Sherry were brother-sister because they have the same last name.
but later on our cameras were fortunate enough to pick up
And it's a good thing I didn't think this now, because I'm like, oh, that's weird.
and then sensational Sherry. Goodness sakes alive, I couldn't believe it. When Rick the Model Martel
I remember being like 11 or 12 years old and watching Peggy Sue on TV and being like, that's Sherry. Even an 11-year-old could have figured that out. I called that shit out right away. Peggy Sue, give me a break.
but nonetheless, sensational Sherry, we are moments away from the big
So now she's kind of in a neutral corner here,
here at Wembley Stadium.
and neither guy can hit each other in the face.
Quite frankly, you were the one responsible for the special stipulations. You insisted that neither man would hit each other in the face.
That's right, Mean Gene. And you know, sensational Sherry always gets what she wants. Both men are extremely handsome. Both men possess the most exquisite features. And speaking of the side of the softer sex, if you know what I mean, I see no reason why either one should hurt himself. Therefore, both men have agreed not to hit each other in the face.
Okay, enough.
Okay.
Just
That's some wild makeup.
where do you stand for tonight's matchup?
I stand just like any other good woman, Mean Gene. I'm going to stand right by my man.
Sherry, let's go.
Yes, Sean.
Sensational Sherry, let's get back to ring.
Look at Martel from Cocoa Beach, Florida. His little tennis racket. That's the best. He's maximum male models. That's what he should. Rene Dupree, or whatever his name is, needs to come recruit him. Whose side is she on? Good question, Ray Frand. We're going to find out. Pull your knee pads up, bro. Andre Agassi. Was Agassi around by 92? I guess he was. Holy shit. I remember I had a pair of Andre Agassi Asics when I was a kid. Like some running shoes. They were Agassi's. What kind of shoes are those? They're Agassi's. I know. It's pretty awesome. You can touch them if you want. Back when Sherry was still doing the music. Shawn would be winning the IC title very shortly after this. This isn't the 6th grade. Agassi won Wimbledon in 92? Holy shit. I don't remember Agassi being really good until like later in his career. I remember he was just marketable at first. Oh yeah, he did win 92 Wimbledon. I always thought like Pete Sampras was better. I met Pete Sampras once. My uncle was friends with his coach. Oh, Sherry. Oh, yeah, she's got the assless shit going on. There's a part of Sherry's outfit that's missing. Shut up, Vince. Shout out to Bobby Heenan just whistling Sean's song. Marty will come back, I believe, later in the year and attack Sean because they would work the Royal Rumble. So it would probably be late 92, like December or something. Maybe November. Maybe even October. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure Sean's already Intercontinental Champion, and that would happen in the fall. Yeah, Martel does deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. He's one of the criminally overdue inductees. Why he's been overlooked, I have no idea. He has no heat with the company from what I understand. I don't think he does anyway. He's remained largely out of the spotlight. He's quiet. He doesn't cause any problems. He's respected. He is literally 20 years too late going in. I remember Martel, he came back in the 90s and joined WCW. Pretty sure he won the TV title there as well. And he was there all the way up until like 1997 having matches on Nitro. And I thought it was, and he was in great shape. And I was like, wow, seeing Martel like still in the ring having matches. But then he got injured and I guess he was forced into retirement. But it was kind of cool seeing him again because I knew that was the end of Martel. I'm like, just the fact that he was still in there all these years later. Wow, that was a nice duck down. That was a pretty good match between a rocker and a strike forcer. Interesting how Sean beat Tito at WrestleMania and Martel here. So Sean would beat both members of Strike Force. Then he'd go on to beat one half of the Bulldogs. And then he'd beat the other half of his own team, the Rockers, in his next few big matches that he would have. This is way before Sean was using the super kick. He was using that teardrop suplex thing. It sucked. Oh, I remember Martel in AWA as well. Things were already really spiraling downhill by the time he became champion there. I remember Stan Hansen beat him for the title. Nice, Jesse. Welcome. Glad you're joining us all the way from the city that this pay-per-view took place in on the old WWE Network. Hopefully you're able to sync up pretty well. We are currently 37 minutes in, just about. Another nip up. Nope, don't punch him in the face, Sean. We're going to see someone clobber the other one. Oh, big bump by Sean. Yeah, you just can't punch each other. You can land on your face. Strike Force had the worst entrance song. It was weird. The model's like, come with me. I'm a model. And you're my sister. Oh, look at there. Or we're already married. We have the same name. Let's make out. She loves it. Look at Sherry. She's very happy. Martel's like, all right, looks like we're going to be a thing now. What pay-per-views are going to watch leading into Clash of the Castle? I don't even know the date on the Clash. Is it late September or early September? It's probably going to have nothing to do with anything related to the Clash. It'll just be a classic September pay-per-view. Might want to watch Ground Zero from '97. I've been thinking about that one lately. That one might be a good one to watch coming up in September. Oh, holding the tights. Oh, that's too much ass crack. God. Nope, there's some ass crack there too. It's 2 ass cracks in like a matter of 5 seconds. 3 now. 3 ass cracks in 7 seconds. 4 ass cracks we got. Sean and Rick both showed their ass cracks to us twice each inside of a span of about 8 seconds. That's unacceptable. I have half a mind to send Vince a letter. They'll blur out a WWE, WWF scratch logo. They won't blur out a hairy ass crack. That's nice. One night only, 25th anniversary. Oh, shit. That's a good one. That would be a good one to do, actually. That would be the only one that would be, you know, as closely related to Clash at the Castle as I can think of. Okay. Oh, yeah, Clash at September 3rd. And isn't All Out September 4th? What a weekend. There's a solid chance I won't watch Clash at the Castle. I'm not sure. That's a busy weekend. That's Labor Day weekend. I'll be able to do All Out, but I might skip Castlevania. We'll see. Sweet chest music. There it was. Oh, it was just a slap. Oh, and a slap to Sean. Sherry faints. Would that really make someone faint? Oh, careful, Sherry. I know when a woman faints, believe me. Mouth-to-mouth restitution. Clash of the Champions would be good. Clash 89. As long as it's on Peacock, pretty sure those will all be there. He's giving her literal CPR? You don't CPR someone who faints. Oh, here we go. Hits Martel in the face. Sherry's still unconscious. Tooth and nail. She's sitting up like the Undertaker. She's back out again. She fainted again. She started to get up and she fainted again. Bobby, do you think that's deliberate what she's doing? Look at J.J. Dillon. J.J. and Renee Goulet and Pat Patterson. That's fucking awesome. J.J. was there by this point. That's great. You don't often see J.J. running out there with everybody. You see Pat a lot and Gurria and Goulet and all those guys. Man, Sean, I hope you don't have to carry her all the way back there. He's just going to drag her out. Yeah, I can't carry you all the way back. Oh. He is going to pick her up. Ugh, get it, Sean. That's a long walk. Even if you're in shape, that's a long walk. Twin cheeks. Oh no, here comes. Oh no, oh, and down goes Sherry. Martel. And now he's going to pick her up. He's going to pile drive Sherry. No, don't. Oh, he's got her now. Now he's got her. Sean's going to stop him. Model's struggling to carry her, too. No, he's got her. Here comes Sean. Poor Sherry is just getting abused here. Oh, down goes Sherry again. Another bump. Oh, Patterson just took a spill. Did you see that? Ow. I'd rewind it if I could, but that would be a bad idea. Patterson ate it. Back through the drapes. If she was unconscious, would she hold on? Oh no, not a bucket of water. Oh my gosh, I didn't know this keeps going. This is a whole second match here. It's just water. Sean's probably pretty hot from the match. Ah. Doused Sherry. He's revived her. Oh, and Sean's running after Martel. Sherry's left soaked in the entranceway. That was an awful lot for a very low mid-card match there. Well, I guess if they're going to do a DQ, they got to give you something. Look at the babyface natural disasters against Von Wagner Sr. And I was in the ring during Scott Hall's debut. There's Sean Mooney with the nasties. Oh, they do not like Sherry. Oh, yeah, yeah. Why are they laughing about Sherry? I think it's because of their AWA history. Because they're both heels, they should be. That's funny. They just thought that was really funny. Oh, that's right. Yeah, during the build of that, Savage and Warrior teamed up against the Nasties. It is pretty crazy that, Savage lost the retirement match to Warrior at WrestleMania 7, and just a year and a few months later, he's champion. Unretired, champion, and defending against the very man that retired him. Crazy. I high-key like this version of the Bella Beverly Brothers theme. You can shake your booty to it. Yeah, both these teams are in AWA. Oh, I forgot they were with the Genius. Come Tuesday. A poem from the genius.
SummerSlam at Wembley, and the genius holds the key. Behold the future champions, the Brothers Beverly.
The Brothers Beverly. Imagine if Gagne would have managed the Beverly Brothers, then they would have been champs. The current champs would have just handed the belts over to them because they wouldn't have wanted to eat the beating. But unfortunately, Gagne has usually always got better stuff to do. He's very sought after. It's mostly the name. I wasn't sure how I felt about smiling babyface natural disasters. That was weird for me. They would wind up dropping these to Money Inc. shortly after this, I believe. I think that was a TV match. I'm pretty sure Natural Disasters beat Money Inc. Money Inc. beat LOD for the titles. And then Natural Disasters beat Money Inc., I think, on TV. Because I remember the match and winning the belts, and then they would drop it back to them. Somebody brought up a good point that I've never thought about before. The genius wore like a cap and gown, but Macho Man came out to pomp and circumstance. Should be reversed, right? Should be the genius's theme music when you think about it. When somebody told me that, I'm like, how the hell am I 45 years old and that has never occurred to me before? I'm not an enormous fan of the undercard of this match so far, to be honest. I think 91 SummerSlam and MSG had a little bit better energy. But these stadium shows can always be rough. But still, one of the best pops I think I've ever visualized with my eyes was when Bulldog gets the 3 count later. That's some incredible shit. Here comes Earthy. Here comes Golga. Golga gonna ram the Shockmaster. Oh. Down goes Typhoon. I remember I also watched the match happen live as it happened when Tugboat turned heel. I think it was like a 6-man with like the Rougeos, and then it was like Quake and another team on the other side. And Earth and Typhoon or Tugboat turned. Unforgiven 2006. I don't know. I don't even remember who was on that show. I tend to stay away from some of that. I don't consider that a classic. Sunday is Classics Day. And that one still seems really recent, even though it's 16 years old. Was that like Edge and Cena or something? Feels like that would be a pay-per-view they would be on. I think 2004 or 5 has really been our cutoff for watching pay-per-views. I know we've watched WrestleMania 21, which was 2005. but usually we stick to 90s and early 2000s. HBK has left the building. Did he say that? I do love when they used to do that. Damn, I'm just breaking everybody's hearts. Sorry. If I get 100 tweets that say, do Unforgiven 2006, asshole, then I'll do it. But I'm trying to think, did I do Unforgiven 99 last year? Pretty sure I did, because I was at that show. I think we've done both Unforgivens now. I've at least reviewed it. Anthony Alston, yeah, Survivor Series 93, Heenan's comments, that's such a sad night. Bobby Heenan would leave the company the very next day. And off to WCW he would go. '06 had, oh, that must be '06 SummerSlam, not Unforgiven. Hogan versus Orton. Yeah, I ain't watching that one. I don't like Hogan. Tugboat just looks smelly. He does, kind of. He looks like he smells like Gorgonzola cheese. Or as Bobby Heenan would say, he looks like he smells like Parmesan cheese in a Buick. Maybe we could watch SummerSlam '06. Forgot about Foley and Flair. And they had legitimate heat, too. Flair has heat with everybody. I don't like Flair either. If you couldn't tell from yesterday's podcast, I went in a bit hard on Flair. He just annoys me. Oh, very angry earthquake. It was so funny. When John Tenta came back in, he would go to WCW and be Shark and Avalanche and all that shit. And when he would resurface in WWE as Golga, as a part of the Oddities, I don't remember him being that tall. Like, Earthquake's very tall. But he looked shorter when he was Golga with the mask for some reason. Because I remember not knowing that and then just reading it in The Observer, reading it somewhere. Oh, by the way, Tenta's brought in. He's the one under the mask with the Oddities. I'm like, oh, shit. But he didn't look as big as he used to for some reason. I know he dropped weight, but his height even seemed to be affected. You want to hear something crazy? I'm pretty sure that I am at least, and I mean at least, 12, probably 15 years older than Earthquake is during this match. Let's look up his birthday. John Tenta. Born 1963. This was 1992, which means, yeah, he just turned 29 years old. So I would be 15 years, almost 16 years older. Me am 16 years older than him, who already looks like he's 48 years old. Earthquake was 29. Think about that. It's fucking crazy. Oh, big, nice drop kick by Enos. Or no, by Beverly, or by, what's his name? Bloom, Wayne Bloom. Can't think of his name. Von Erich, no. Kerry Von Erich was not in the company at this time. Kerry Von Erich would pass away the February after this. Oh, there's the scroll. Von Erich was gone, pretty sure, in 91. Turn around, Mike Chioda. What the F, dude? What that metal scroll? Vince, the old Vince call. Oh my God, it's awful. Oh, fucking voice of his. God. Ugh. Nice elbow drop. Earthquakes. Well, that fixes that. Didn't we do SummerSlam 2001? I don't think I've done SummerSlam 2000 yet. I was at that show. That's when we should do. I did a review of it. Maybe we didn't do SummerSlam 2001. I thought we did. Oh, no. Here comes the quake. 2 years prior to this, it was Earthquake and Hogan in the double main event. Now Quake's a babyface. Ah, look at that. Rah, rah. Vince. He's more Vince tonight than he's usually. A little extra Vince. Some Vince on the side. Oh, of course, Earthquake was an amazing worker. I loved Earthquake's elbow drops and power slams as much as I loved Yoko's leg drop. So good. When he dropped an elbow on you, man. One of the best big men elbows ever. Because even back in the day, Bundy didn't have a good elbow. Gang didn't have a good elbow. Bigelow's was all right. Vader had a pretty good one. But Earthquake was especially good. Big power slam, one of my favorite Earthquake moves. Hits it so perfectly. Now we're going to get the Earthquake. Well, I hope the champs just flat out win this and there's no shitty DQ here. Look out, here comes Beverly, or Bo. Oh, knocked him off. Boom. Ball game. Whew. Glad the Earthquake didn't land on his nuts or there would be no Von Wagner. Or there already might have been a Von Wagner by this point. Not sure how old that kid is. Here comes the genius. Oh, no. Look, Mike Chioda's going, no, don't. He's like Ralphus. Oh, what a bump by Poffo. Oof. Get out of there, Leaping Lanny. It's the only gold John Tent ever held in WWE. I think Natural Disasters are only one-time tag team champions. I remember being real disappointed watching them lose. I said earlier I watched it happen on TV. The TV match where they lost to Money Inc. I think it was like Earthquake just passed out in the $1 Million Dream or something like that. Boom. Nice. I like that finish. I remember, Mike. I felt that Earthquake live. Or felt that elbow drop by Bundy on a Little Beaver live. Right after that, they had the WWF ice cream bar commercials, and Little Beaver did one. And he goes, whenever I think of what King Kong Bundy did at WrestleMania 3 to me, I get hot. And the only way I can cool off is by enjoying an ice cream bar. Arr. Little Beaver. Pushing ice cream bars on us. Shilling the bars. Tell me these fuckers aren't wrestling. A London Bridge over his teeth. I like how there's bites out of their hat. As if they eat the hat. You don't really appreciate the... like to go in character to this degree. God. I wish WWE would have let them... This wouldn't have been the time for it, but if they could have ever been the sheep herders. They're like Australian Afa and Sika is what they are, you know? Or New Zealand. I think they're from New Zealand. They're New Zealand Afa and Sika. And the only thing missing is just gnawing the head off a chicken. Or I guess gumming the heads off a chicken, since they ain't got no chompers.
My exhaustive search
Who drew that? Fucking 4-year-old?
has come to an end.
Macho Man and Warrior both had really shitty signs on their
Is inside
dressing room door.
Ultimate Warrior's dressing
Oh, you hear that? Mr. Perfect is inside Ultimate Warrior's dressing room.
code of ethics. I'm not going to knock on the door.
Not gonna knock on the door.
I'm just going to open it
Just gonna open it
and surprise them.
and surprise. Yeah, because of ethics. Let's see who's in there. Oh, denied. Rude.
Now that doesn't necessarily mean Mr. Perfect is inside.
That doesn't mean that Mr. Perfect is in there.
It certainly was a shocking and vulgar act of rudeness.
Yeah, it's a shocking and vulgar act of rudeness. Alfred's the best. Alfred used to be a pretty dirty heel back in the day, too. I always liked how he just treaded that line because he's such a... Oh, look at this. Demolition. Of course, there will be, I guarantee you, no mention that these two guys were actually tag team champions together. Oh, Smash is from the Motor City now. I don't even recall where Barry Darsow is from. I want to say Georgia or New Jersey. And here comes fucking Shaka Bra. Fucking crazy. Now it's starting to get dark. Yeah, it's demolition, sorta. I mean, at least it would have been cool if, like, Vince would have been like, these two know each other very well or something. But, like, they're literally trying to pretend they're different people when Crush even has the same goddamn name. When Crush, I remember when Crush came in here as a babyface, they were making it sound like he was a brand new guy. Not like, oh, Crush is back, or the returning Crush. At least I don't remember them doing that. They were basically making it seem like he was a brand new superstar and nobody should ever even remember Demolition. Oh, wow. Pressing Smash. That's crazy. Ugh, Jesus. That's impressive. That's really impressive. That's Crusher Khrushchev, man. That's Smash. That's the golfer. He was like 10. He was Blacktop Bully in WCW. Then he was like Mr. Golfer Man. I think that's what his name was, Mr. Golfer Man. You don't have to look it up. Just take my word for it, Mr. Golfer Man. And then he was also something else. Here he's fucking Zorro with tire tracks on his chest. Me, Minnesota. Yeah, what the hell's wrong with me? Yeah, he's from Minnesota with all them guys. With Rude and Hennig and Hawk and Animal and... I forgot about that. Minnesota. Robbinsdale, right? Solid Monster's favorite tag team. Who? Probably Demolition, right? They're on my top 3. They're not my favorite. Obviously, Heart Foundation is my favorite. And Bulldogs are my second favorite. I have Demolition number 3 on WWE tag teams. All right, I'll be right back while Repo Man hits Crush with a belly to back. 2 seconds. I'll be back. We are back. I just had to go get a fresh one. Another broken skull. What did I miss during Repo Man and Crush? What happened? Oh, Repo Man thrown all the way out. Tom Zink from Minnesota? Yeah, I believe so. Rest in peace to Tom Zink. His death caught me by surprise. I remember watching TV the day that Rick Martel announced that Tom Zink was gone. And the Can-Ams were no more. I remember being pissed, but then being very, very happy just a couple of weeks later when Tito Santana took his place. I'm like, oh, that team just got a step up, got an upgrade. There it is. Crush crushes the head. Crush. I completely forgot that Crush and Repo Man happened on the show. Ico Pro. Even Mean Gene.
We are just moments away from tonight's main event. We are just moments away from the World Wrestling Federation Championship match.
They would do this in '92, remember?
The Ultimate Warrior.
The two biggest pay-per-views of the year.
We are just moments away from
The WWE Championship was not the main event.
corner. Mr. Perfect will be in. There's a lot of history, ladies and gentlemen, leading up to this championship match. As you recall, from the moment the match was signed, controversy abounded.
The World Wrestling Federation champion. Yeah, Savage is like, yeah, you retired me, but who's got the belt, bitch? Ah, John, you got good taste. Hearts 1, Bulldogs 2, Demolition 3. The Macho Chicken. Here comes the Macho Chicken. Damn, he's got the ring apron. Savage is just a madman. I mean, Mr. Perfect was very physically active in the whole Savage and Flair feud, so it is pretty crazy that Savage was actually able to convince him to be his tag team partner. Look, this is the same shit with Hogan and Warrior. They're just rehashing it here. Remember Hogan and Warrior? And Hogan and Savage were the Mega Powers. Now they're like the Mega Maniacs or something. Same shit.
And then, Macho Man Randy Savage interview interrupted by Mr. Perfect.
Yes, Destiny. We did SummerSlam 2002 last year. Pretty sure we did that one.
For Mr. Perfect's services at SummerSlam has just gone sky high.
Sky high. I'm sure it has, Mr. Perfect.
And then the very controversial tag team matchup with the Ultimate Warrior and Macho Man Randy Savage as partners.
This isn't going to work out. Yeah, no, Warrior was wearing the muscle suit at that point, which is weird. Like fucking Giant Gonzalez. Oh my, that was quite the helmet bump. So much shit going on. Flair and Dolph Ziggler are here. Favorite SummerSlam match of all time? Brett Perfect, SummerSlam 91. Not even close. Easily my favorite match ever. I liked it way more than the one we're going to see here at the end of. And Brett and Bulldog was great. But I actually liked Brett and Bulldog at In Your House in 95 better than the main event of this show. What is going on here? Oh my God, what a maneuver. Well, I'm at least glad that they didn't spray paint a cock and balls on this suit that Warrior's wearing. Because that wouldn't be necessary. Steven Scott, all right, watch Warrior's entrance as he gets on the platform of the ring. Okay, does he fall or something? I hope he does. Hope he eats shit. So this would all lead to what was supposed to be. You got to remember, Warrior's just 2 weeks away from being canned. Warrior and Bulldog be let go. Very, very, very shortly after this match. So many top stars from back then are just shitty people. Bret Hart versus Undertaker at SummerSlam 97. That match was a bit long for me. Taker and Bret had good matches together, but none of them really stood out and wowed me. Taker and Shawn, I think, had much more exciting matches. But Bret and Taker, I felt like they went 25 minutes at Rumble 96, too. Like, just very long, drawn-out match. Very good. Everything going on in the ring is perfect, but not edgier seats type stuff. Me? Yeah, Heenan, you definitely know something. Where's Gorilla Monsoon? Why couldn't we have Gorilla on this? I think like Vince wanted to be a part of this commentary because it's at Wembley Stadium and he just wants to get the shit over the way he wants. You know who sold out. Lex Luger sold out. Warrior was fired, JR, the previous SummerSlam, but then, of course, he came back at WrestleMania 8, and then he was let go again due to the steroid stuff. Here we go, WWF title match. We're going to know in a minute. No, you're not. I mean, look at the pop the Warrior's getting. That's quite the visual right there. I like the lights. Okay, what happens? Does he fall or some shit? Somebody said to watch this. Huh. That didn't look too weird. Yeah, this is not the main event, even though they're calling it the main event. I mean, I can understand them doing Bret and Shawn here. Or Bret and Bulldog here in the main event because it's in England. But it is crazy how at WrestleMania 8, it was the same thing. It's a good thing they didn't belt up Warrior here. They would have had to let him go while he was champ. That would have sucked. Yeah, Bret or Shawn and Triple H in 02 was a great one. Lot of candidates on that show. Angle and Ray was incredible. And here comes Macho Man with no perfect. It's so funny what a contrast these two are. Like, when it comes to wrestlers of the 90s and the major stars in the company, Savage is so high on my list at the top, and Warrior is so low on my list at the bottom. It's pretty hilarious. Savage is my number 2 of all time. And it was a pretty cool time period for me because my number 1 and 2 were both singles championship holders in the WWE, the 2 top champions in the company. There's even a match, I think, in Japan. There's definitely a promo with Brett and Savage. Brett with the IC, Savage with the world title. Cutting a promo about facing like Flair and Shawn or something. It's a great visual to see that. It's probably my favorite visual. Savage and Brett together, both as champs at the same time. How it touches my heart. We haven't heard a word from Mr. P. Beautiful shot of the sky and the clouds. Brett and Warrior teamed up against Shango and Kamala right before he was let go. That might have been a Coliseum video match. If it is, I have it. It's in my collection somewhere. But if it's a live event result, then I won't have it. I have not watched this match back, and I don't know when. It's been many, many years. Let me go find out, Heenan says. Oh, I guess it should be noted that, please don't change the channel, but the WWE, I guess, Legends bio is going on right now on Goldberg. I'll be watching that later tonight. Warrior spells it. Respect. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Good job, Warrior. Glad you can spell respect. Good thing that song exists. Oh, look at the handshake. Oh, whatever. Whatever. You guys should hate each other. Everything that happened the previous year. Savage, you should want revenge. Oh, they're pissed now. They're ready to rock. Warrior's ready to rock. Pretty sure Warrior was spelling respect during all the promos and shit during the build to this. Yeah, Mania 7 was an okay match, but my God, man. We watched that show, too, this past year around WrestleMania time. But I hated the ending of that. Warrior talking to the heavens. He's getting a message of a different kind. What the fuck? So stupid. But the ending with Elizabeth and everything in Savage, that made the whole thing. I watched that pay-per-view with my parents. My mom, who hates wrestling, never really understood why I liked it. She cried. Literal tears when Savage and Elizabeth reunited because she remembered them from, a couple years prior when I was even younger, and I was all about them. There's actually a picture of the two of them right above that little salt lamp, right off to the right of it. That's the shot of WrestleMania 4 with Elizabeth on Savage's shoulder with the belt. He rehearsed spelling respect. Oh, he definitely did. Ultimate Warrior is the stupid person's idea of a smart person. This is the way I've always characterized him. Oh, this match will definitely be as good as Hogan and Warrior in WCW. I don't recall this match being too horribly bad. I mean, I wonder if WWE already had a thought that, you know, we might have to let some people go. Or if the whole Warrior firing happened completely by surprise to them. Missed the elbow. I don't really even mind like boot on the chest pins. I've been loving it when Wardlow's been doing it, but sometimes I didn't like it, and considering how much greater of a wrestler I consider Macho Man to be as compared to Warrior, it didn't sit well with me that Warrior retired Savage with a boot on his chest. But at least it was short-lived. By the end of the year, Savage was back in the ring, and here he is as champ. So not a big deal. Well, the only pay-per-view main event Hogan and Warrior ever, or only pay-per-view they ever main evented was WrestleMania 6. The Halloween Havoc match wasn't the main event. DDP and Goldberg was. But Hogan and Warrior at WrestleMania 6 was surprisingly good. It was an excellent match, considering neither guy's that much of a standout worker. They danced with what brung them, and it turned out to be a really well put together match. Hassan is back and better than ever. Oh, I love the sky and the clouds. I love that shot, the blue sky. That's awesome. Glad the weather cooperated. Doesn't it rain a lot over there too? Never rains here. I don't even know what rain is. Yeah, Juliet, I was one of the select few that did not lose the pay-per-view feed. I didn't even know there was a problem, or I kind of did. I bought Holly. I wasn't common that I bought WCW pay-per-views, but I would buy a couple a year. And I think I was kind of interested in Hogan and Warrior. I just wanted to see what that would look like again. And so I bought the pay-per-view, and I instantly regretted it. But when we got to the DDP Goldberg match, the part of the show where it cuts off for everybody else just blinked for me. Like it blinked. There's like a 5-second black screen, and then the match came back up, and I saw the whole thing. I don't know why or why I was able to see it, or my area, I should say, was able to see it. But I lived in a small town in North Carolina, and they didn't have as up-to-date. It was still pretty old school. I think at that time I was still having to call, like physically call and order the pay-per-views. You couldn't like do it on your remote yet. So maybe because of that, I didn't lose the feed. I don't know why, but anyway. I never knew there was a problem until I heard about it on the hotlines. That'll do it. Double axe up. Warrior's warrioring up. He's hulking up. Oh, shit. Knocked over SummerSlam 92. 1. And there still is no Flair or Perfect out there, right? Hopefully Warrior doesn't get any messages from above this time. Third time. Oh, high cross. Savage never does high cross bodies. That's not part of his arsenal. Why would he go for it there? He's holding it with one hand. No, Savage is hanging on. It's amazing that Bobby Heenan's been dead for like 5 years now. Isn't that crazy? 5 years is a long time. I think it would be pretty hard to forget Mean Gene and all the hotlines. I think we all remember those. One 909 for WWF. Or wait, no, it's 1-900-909 WCW. I forgot the numbers now. I used to know them. No, wait, it's 1-900-909-9900. That was WCW's. WWE's was something else. It was something 1-900 for WWF or something like that. It would be tough to see Vince McMahon making the decision in 1992 to turn the Ultimate Warrior heel. I know in retrospect now, looking back, oh, why didn't they do this or that? It's just not the way they thought at the time. I don't even think it occurred to Vince McMahon to turn Warrior heel because he was way too over as a babyface. Even when he came back here, crowd went nuts for him. That WrestleMania 8 pop was ridiculous when he returned. So even though he was different, and he wasn't maybe as popular as he was when he was champion in 1990 or even prior to that in 89, he was still pretty goddamn popular. And I don't think the heel turn would have mattered. Might have been interesting, but I just don't think they would have done it. Come on, Savage. Take this fucker out. Savage is very tropical in his ring gear tonight. Tropical Skittles. What's up, Victor? Good to see you. 987 WWF. That might be right. I thought it was like 454 or 454 WWF. I don't know. Yeah, well, they were charged per minute, so Mean Gene could just ramble on. I never called those hotlines. When I discovered the free hotlines, when people started doing that in the back of wrestling magazines, and it was basically people just buying, voicemail service, and then they could just record, 15 minutes of audio and just do it that way, and it would be a free, toll-free number. It would just maybe be long distance. You'd have to pay that, but it would just be for free. You wouldn't have to pay the minute shit. And that's what I started doing. And then I kind of had my own for a little while, which was weird. Come on, Warrior. His paint would always come off. Come on. Well, if your neck's bothering you, Warrior, don't go for a suplex. Do another move. Borrow one of Chris Jericho's 1004. The moss-covered three-handled family Gradunza. Hit Savage with that. I know. I remember as a fan definitely not wanting to see Savage lose the title to the Warrior. I was like, nope. Oof. I was about to start my sophomore year In high school. He wants to beat him. They should have called Rocky Peter Johnson. He'd be the cock instead of the Rock. Cocky Maivia. Could have been that. He guaranteed he was going to beat the Warrior. I didn't know that. I was just a year away from beginning my my job in restaurants that I would never leave. Perfect and Flair are in the house. Taking forever to get to the ring. Yeah, Victor. Austin, Broken Skull, American Lager, not the IPAs, which I've also had. Oh, really? Thank you for that, Skull Viking. So next week I go against the Bellas A&E documentary. Fine. I have no interest in watching that. I do not care about either of their lives at all. So I'll probably just watch it to watch it, but I don't need to watch it. So I'm glad I'll miss nothing there. And Goldberg, I don't give a shit about him either. So I'll probably watch his bio tonight. Is there a Rivals on tonight too? Oh, tell me, did Bobby say that? Whose side is he on? Damn, see you later, Jesse. 3 a.m., huh? The sun is still up here. It's almost 7 p.m. where I am. It's still hot out. It's like 80 degrees. Sun is shining. And it's 6:48 p.m. Good night, Jesse. We got a double clothesline here to the delight of Ric Flair in his gear. And Perfect, wearing a tux for some reason. Got to decide on a watch along for next week. There is a slight chance I might not be here for that because I got to check with work. Really busy week at work next week. I'll try. I think I'm going to be here, but I'm just not sure. If I am, got to start thinking about that. We should probably try to bust out one more SummerSlam, I think. I really wanted to watch Fully Loaded 2000. Maybe we'll do that next month. We will need some August content anyway. Ooh. Now we know. Perfect tripped Savage. So Vince automatically thinks that means that Warrior sold out to Mr. Perfect. Yeah, I think we're going to do Fully Loaded 2000 right after SummerSlam. Maybe just early August. Because SummerSlam's in July this year. It fucks everything up. But next week we'll bust out one more SummerSlam, and then it will be SummerSlam. Thanks for staying up late, John. Appreciate it. Oh, next week's rivals is Austin and Rock. Interesting. So the Bellas and then Austin and Rock. Jesus, you talk about a contrast. If I watch the Bellas documentary, it's only going to be out of respect for Bryan Danielson. That's it. Even though there's few things in this world that I hate more than Bree mode, I'll try my best to cool my jets. Just out of respect for Dragon. Ref bump. Earl's down as always. Look at Warrior going to the top rope. Hope he doesn't try a shooting star. Nope, a very, very, very shitty double axe that turned out to be a single axe. And now, of course, referee's out. Earl was the ref for Hogan and Warrior, too. There's a couple of these spots. He kicked out. Oh, this week's rivals is Undertaker and Kane. All right, that'll be pretty good. So Goldberg and then Undertaker, Kane. That'll be worth watching. Fully Loaded was one of my favorite pay-per-views of all time. Victor, 2000. Those 3 matches with Benoit, Angle, and Jericho getting the top star rub. I liked it. Or out of respect for Johnny Ace. Fuck Johnny Ace. We Are Pro Wrestling. We could do the first ever SummerSlam. 88. I got fond memories of that. Oh, wow. I was about to start 6th grade. My first summer in North Carolina. Ooh. Big pile driver to Warrior. Pin this fucker. I've always said this before. Wouldn't it be really fucking trippy if, like, we watched a pay-per-view that we already know the results of, but then a different result happens in the match? Like, what if Savage would have pinned Warrior right there? We'd be like, oh, that's weird. Slip through a wormhole or something? That'd be cool. Keep an eye on that James Webb telescope. I'm telling you. We're going to get some questions answered, y'all. Oof. See? Yeah. So Savage did not see Perfect use the Nux or whatever the hell he used there. I don't think he saw it. I'm confused. God, Vince. You're even worse, Vince, than normal. You were there for SummerSlam 88? That was an MSG. SummerSlam 90 would be good, too. That's actually one of my favorite SummerSlams. We should watch that one. I should make y'all do it. I've only avoided it because I constantly put over that show, and some of y'all probably get annoyed by it, but I loved 1990. We should. We should watch it. I think 1990 is going to be it, y'all. Sorry. Oh, and Warrior kicks out. Yeah, Ray, this didn't even really lead to Perfect's face turn. They just turned him face because Warrior got fired, and so did Bulldog, and they needed some more baby faces, and Savage needed a tag team partner. So the decision was made to go with Perfect, but they certainly at this time did not think that was going to be the plan. That definitely wasn't the plan here. It was the plan later, though. And then Perfect would be back in the ring. We loved it. Yeah, 88, 91, 98 have all been at SummerSlam. Am I missing any? Or I'm sorry, all SummerSlams have been at MSG. Don't know if I'm missing any others. Wow. God, Vince is obnoxious tonight. Another one. Oh, man. Come on, Savage. Fuck you, Warrior. You suck. Oh, yeah. I wish Gorilla was here putting this over, not Vince. Oh, interesting, Steven Scott. That if I don't know if I don't want to watch Survivor Series '94. I can't do it. It just hurts too bad. It's too painful. Oh man, and Flair hit Warrior with a chair. Like I want to have watch-alongs and have fun. I don't want to like visibly, like literally cry on camera, watching Bret Hart get screwed over by his dirty, evil brother Owen, manipulating his poor innocent mother. Ugh, can't do it. And plus, I hate Chuck Norris. I don't feel like seeing his dumbass either. Warriors down. Look at Savage like, well, go for the fucking elbow, bro. Now he realizes, oh, I see what's going on here. You think just because I'm wearing pink and flowers that I'm not going to realize when you cheat? Ooh. Oh, you got to hold Warrior's title belt once. That's awesome. I recently saw for sale a ring-worn Winged Eagle from 93 to 96, which means it would have been a belt that Bret wore for $17,000. I was like, Nah. I'd love to. I'd like to have a couple more $100,000 in the bank before I make a purchase like that. Oh, he's going down on Flair. Oh, and Flair uses the chair. He tore his knee. Bobby knows it. I don't know why I find Vince extra annoying tonight. If I'm Bobby Heenan, I'm like literally losing my mind. I'm like, will you stop with that shit? Like, knock it off, Vince. Give me a headache. Ooh, and that's it. Counted out. Warrior wins, and Flair and Perfect are immediately on him. Look at that. Breaking the ankle. John Dennett, we're putting Survivor Series 95 on the list this year for sure. Wish him good luck. Stop it. Hogan's not there to run out here. Yeah, Savage, of course, was selling the knee like crazy at WrestleMania 8 as well. The leg would be a factor through the whole thing. I'm pretty sure Flair works the leg the entire match when he wins back the title. Savage passes out in the figure 4 and ref counts 3. That match famously had to be restarted because it sucked so bad. Vince sent them both out there to redo it. Do the whole match again. You already lose the title. Now you got to go out there and lose the title all over again. How crazy is that? Here comes Warrior jogging back. Oh, but they're going to be friends here. He'll help him up, right? And, of course, the important thing to remember here is neither guy sold out to Mr. Perfect. And both men are champions. Yeah, Michael, thanks for the $2. Yeah, Flair would win at the next set of tapings. I'm really pissed that Savage never got a win over Warrior. He should have. Oh, see, now Warrior's got the belt. Flair lost the title to Brett on a house show, but it was taped for video. But it wasn't on TV, no. Give it to me, I'll hit him. Look at Warrior holding the winged eagle. Get your fucking hands off that, Warrior. This is the, as Savage gets his hand raised and falls, this is the video that the Bret Hart and Ric Flair match is on. Smack 'em, whack 'em. Is it even written on here? Okay, yeah, just barely. I mean, they barely mention it. Right there, Bret Hart. Classic matches against Ric Flair, Kamala, and Yokozuna. Smack 'em, whack 'em. Bret Hart. This one I like. We'll pop them in. Watch them one day. For fun. I have a VCR. And they gave it all, says Vince. What a matchup. Ooh. Is this a Coliseum exclusive? Where are they? In the shitter? Or in their showers? Little man divot head. Mike Witt, Razor was in WWE. I don't think he had debuted yet. He was about to debut. He might have debuted. The vignettes were probably going on right about now. Or no, he was probably there. He was just in. I don't know what the actual date of his debut was, but it was right around this time. Plan B. Love it. 30 years ago. He's petting Tito. He's right under me. Stretching out. No comments from me. I have come so close to buying it multiple times, but I haven't been able to find a good enough condition one. Because I know I'm going to have to spend anywhere from $40 to $80 on it if I want it. And every one that I found for $40, $50 so far has been busted up. I haven't checked eBay in a while, but I'm always on the lookout for it. And I stopped looking because I couldn't find like a decent one. And then when I did find one, I felt like it was way overpriced. So I couldn't just bite the bullet and buy it, but I like to pick my spots. I like to kind of just try to catch these deals when they come and slowly build my collection that way. But that's one video that I'm pissed that I don't have yet, but I will. It was hard enough for me to find the this one. Because this one I remember from my childhood, and that's Piper. And this one is in really good shape. And every time I saw one of these on eBay, they were just like the Heart Foundation, was way overpriced, and it was in really bad condition. And then finally I found one that was priced decently, and it was in mint condition or close to mint, and I snagged it. So when I see this on a Heart Foundation, I'll get it. But like $50 is really all I'm willing to spend on that, you know, unless I have a complete collection. It's the only one I need, and then you just say fuck it and you buy it. But I do need to get that one because it's one of my favorite videos. It's got a great cover. It's all pink. All right, Kamala is in the ring. We're about to get The Undertaker coming out in a hearse, and I will be right back. Sorry about that. That old school, oh shit, sorry, the old school Undertaker music. One of my favorite Undertaker entrances. He would do the one at WrestleMania 9 too, with like the vulture. Like one of the old school entrances. Who's fucking driving? Henry Rollins? Looks just like him. Look at the Undertaker fans. I wonder if there's a match after this, or if this is it. What's the time here? We got... Oh, yeah, this might be it. Yeah, we're on the 2-hour mark here. Coming up on it anyway. You have 10 Coliseum videos and 12 Coliseum video pay-per-views. That's cool. Yeah, I started just slowly and surely collecting them. Like when I was younger, they were obscenely expensive. But then when eBay came around, I started looking out for them and started grabbing them. And I made a ton of money. The statute of limitations, I think, is up now. But I made a ton of money in 2005 selling a lot of my video collection on burned DVDs on eBay. And I was completely clear in the post. I'm like, these are copied DVDs. This is footage from anything, all my shit that I had. And I would sell it hand over fist. And then people would contact me on the side and say, hey, can I just buy something from you on the side and not do an eBay thing? And I had all these like separate private deals. I made enough in 1 year to buy a car doing that. So back then there was like more flimsier rules. WWE made a very random decision putting the Ballot Twins in the Hall of Fame. Yes, they did. But not only was I selling that stuff on eBay, I was buying it. There was a bunch of people doing the same thing I was. So sometimes they would have shows, or it was like basically the modern version of tape trading. You know, where now it's just a little bit easier. Instead of having to write people in magazines and mail away for shit, you can do it a little bit more online. And I bought a ton of stuff that way. My God, I bought a set of 300 discs, 300 burned DVDs from a guy with all sorts of shit on it. A lot of it I still haven't like fully gone through. I traded another guy a complete season of Monday Night Raw for a complete season of Nitro. It was awesome. I was able to really, really build through eBay and contacts that I made through other sellers, just talking to them on the side, just via email. And we would just PayPal each other the money and send each other. It was all done on the honor system. I never once got screwed, and I never screwed anybody. Oh, no kidding. Are they getting into the Brett and Goldberg stuff in the doc? As much as I love Brett, you know, he really changes his tune a lot. I remember Brett specifically being okay with, oh, Taker's got Bruno and Kimchi. I was almost thinking that this was the coffin match, but that wouldn't happen until Survivor Series. So this is just regular match here. Another monster heel for Undertaker to face. But Brett used to claim that everything was cool with Goldberg. He doesn't blame him. It's an accident. Always had pretty good praise for Goldberg. Goldberg himself said he learned a lot from Brett, trusted him, and didn't have like an uncomfortable vibe around him the way he did a lot of the other stars in WCW at the time who were only looking out for themselves and, you know, a lot more selfish and political back then. You know, Brett was an ally to him, and Brett always didn't hold Goldberg responsible. His tune didn't change until later years, and now he just rips Goldberg. You know, now he's got nothing but nasty things to say about him, and it used to not be like that. So, as much as I love Bret Hart, I'm the first one to admit that sometimes I don't agree with everything he says. I put a mic drop up today to basically discussing that same thing. Big choke slam on Kamala. It is kind of interesting that Kamala's last name is Harris, and we're literally watching Undertaker versus Kamala Harris in the ring. Kamala had like several runs in WWE, all of which, except for this one, I stopped being scared of him by this point. But he came in the mid-'80s to work with Hogan a little bit. And I remember being a little creeped out by him. But I was creeped out by him way before then. I remember when he was working with, like, Andre in the cage. And he was such a spooky dude to me. To a little kid, you know. I had no idea what the hell I was looking at. I'm like, who is this crazy man in a skirt? And I remember when Hogan beat him, that would have been in '86. They were working live events everywhere, promoting it on TV. And I was like, holy shit, Kamala could beat Hogan. Undertaker wins. Kamala is just splashing the shit out of him now. So I think Undertaker just survives his onslaught and scares the bejesus out of Kamala. He shits himself and runs away, and then that will be the coffin match coming up at Survivor Series. Who do you think is Kimchi here? You think that's Brawler? It's got to be Brawler, right? The Ugandan Giant. I was always scared of that top rope splash, even though it's not very good when you look at it now. It's no Rikishi splash, that's for sure. Nope, Undertaker's up. Kamala's like, oh, shit. Rest in peace, Kamala. And he's chasing him down. That man is not human. Kamala's like, fuck this. Every time I come back to this company, they're crazier. Fucking had my hands full with Andre, came back, had my hands full with Hogan. Now I come back and they got this dead motherfucker here. You know what I need in my life? I need a reverend. Where's Slick? Go get me Slick. Shout out to Slick right there. There's the Bulldog. So what was he doing? Doing crack the night before? Is that what they say? Is that what Brett says? He doesn't look too cracked out here. Facing a lot of pressures.
But I didn't make this match. Jack Tunney made this match.
Jack Tunney made the match. It's Jack's fault.
Has fought hard for 2 long years to be the #1 contender for the Intercontinental belt. Yes, Brett, you are the Intercontinental champion. Yes, Brett, you are my brother-in-law.
You are my brother-in-law.
I step in the ring
What's
with you, Brett.
like? What sense does it make to acknowledge that Brett and Bulldog are brother-in-law when they were brothers-in-law when they were feuding in tag teams and they didn't say shit, but not acknowledge that Repo Man and Crush were a tag team? What's wrong with this company?
Second point, one that may even bring even more pressure on you. The fact that you will be stepping out into that stadium in front of 80,000 of your fellow countrymen.
Sean, that isn't no pressure. That's a dream for the British Bulldog.
Look how young Davey is here, man.
Is at the end of the
He was, I'd say 29,
the British Bulldog
30 right here.
will be the next World Wrestling Federation Intercontinental Champion.
Let's go over to Mean Gene.
Well,
I remember thinking Davey would be perfect for the Intercontinental title. I thought he would be the guy to take it from him and not like Von Erich. Or Brett, excuse me, in 91. Look at Brett in that IC title. Mwah.
for him to win this coveted title, he must either make you submit or get the pinfall
It's hanging on the wall back there.
free in the center of the ring. And then, of course, there's the question of the family pressure. Let me tell you something, Gene. As
Let me
far
tell you
as
something, Gene.
pressure goes, I've proven that I work real well under pressure. And you know something really bugs me, really irks me, is the British Bulldog actually has the gall to come out here and say that when he steps in the ring with me, that he's never met me, that he doesn't know me.
But he doesn't know me.
Tell you something, British Bulldog. Take a good look at my face and look me in the eye and tell me you don't know me. Do you remember that far back, British Bulldog, when I was the one that introduced you to my sister Diana in the first place?
Yeah, he introduced them to each other. But why don't they should bring up the Bulldogs and the Hearts, but Anvil and Dynamite, neither one of them were in the company, or Anvil might have been. But
Talk about gratitude. You know,
they choose to acknowledge some things and not others, and I don't understand the logic behind it.
the one responsible for all the family tension. He's the one that wanted a shot at the
This was like the practice for what Brett and Owen would do. You know, making a big deal about them being brothers and all that when they had already feuded before. Because the Hearts and the Bulldogs feud was ugly, man.
this big dream of his.
Hearts stole the belts from the Bulldogs. Worked again at WrestleMania. Had countless matches with each other on TV.
You know, I think this big dream of his is going to turn into a nightmare. And then tomorrow morning when he wakes up, he's going to think he woke up in the dungeon at Windsor Castle.
Okay, here we go.
At this time, I would like to introduce to you the Melbourne Highlander.
Oh, yeah, I knew we had a Piper appearance here. I'm pretty sure we're going to see Piper, right? He comes out and plays with these dudes. I'm glad Piper made the trip just to do a fucking cameo. I don't think he had been in the ring since dropping the belt to Brett at WrestleMania. Those fucking things are loud. I've heard those things in person. Bagpipes. Jesus, man. Couldn't even imagine learning to play those. Special surprise. Piper. Look at the pop. Look at the Piper pop. There he is. Look how good he looks. Oh, he's going to play him, too. He's like, here, can I borrow yours? Does Piper really know how to play them things? Or is he just blowing it? So this is basically the song Piper would use in WCW and stuff. Perfect and Brett for a world title. We almost had that. Damn close. Closest thing we got to that was probably King of the Ring 93. And maybe Sold Out in WCW. Or maybe those are different, but I think Brett worked with Flair at Sold Out. Don't applaud him. He might play more. I mean, if you're like a 10-year-old kid in the audience right here, you're fucking 40 years old today. That's just nuts to me. Oh, there's Diana. Look how pretty she is. Yeah, I didn't know if he didn't know he actually knew how to play him. I knew that they named him Roddy the Piper or whatever, but I couldn't remember if he learned to play it or what. Like with the rough childhood he had, where the hell did he find time to play the bagpipes? Diana's got a pretty unmistakable voice. She sounds like Stu. She sounds like Keith. They all got that voice. She's not concerned about who wins. She loves Brett. She loves Davey. Well, you're going to be singing a different tune there, D.H. in December of 95. You were firmly behind your man. Okay, Diana, that's enough. We get it. We get it. I don't know exactly what Owen was doing right now. He was there, I think. Here we go. And here comes the Bulldog. Fresh out of crack. Oh, yeah, Lennox Lewis. I forgot about Yent Lennox. They got a good-looking flag. I'm not a flag guy. I think flag pride is stupid. But England, that's a beautiful-looking Union Jack. I remember as a kid, I tried to draw it on paper. And the way what I used to look at, because it's not like they were just, you couldn't just go on the internet and look at the exact design. So during a British Bulldogs match, when they were making their entrances, when both of their asses were facing the camera, I paused the VCR and I actually drew the flag. I forgot what I was doing, why I needed to draw the flag, but I drew it by using the Bulldogs as a guide. Fucking Reeboks. Yes, Canadian Stampede might be cool. The only problem with that is it's a one-match show, you know? And it's only 2 hours, and nothing happens other than that 10-man tag. So it might be a good standalone random one just to bust out or something, but, you know, we wouldn't be hanging out very long. It'd be 2 hours, be over fast. But we should watch it. It's one of my favorite pay-per-views of all time. Davey still looks good. He was in a little bit more ridiculous shape in 91. If you want to see a funny match, watch British Bulldog against the Warlord from WrestleMania 7. They couldn't even move. They were so beefy and swollen. Even when Davey was laying on the mat, his arms were like almost up in the air because he had so much muscle. His arms were just like floating in the air when he was laying on his back. It was crazy. And here he looks much more slimmed down. Or a little bit less intense, probably on account of the crack. British Bulldog's going to win whether he wants to or not. Yeah, Mike, as far as I know, SeaWorld is rocking and rolling. I haven't been in forever. I'd say it's been 10 years since I've been to SeaWorld. It's been a long time. Look at Diana. Diana's probably just 30 years old here, too. Young Diana. Miss Calgary. You made a poster of the British flag with Bulldog in the middle. Davey stopped and talked to me. It's on December 3rd, 1990 Wrestling Challenge. That's fucking awesome. What a lucky fan. I would have pissed myself if I would have gotten the Bret Hart shades. All right, here we go. Bret and Davey. Another thing I remember that's so stupid, just a dumb, meaningless lie that WWE does not even need to tell. When they would rematch it in your house in 95, in Hershey, they were trying to claim that the tights or the gear that Bulldog was wearing in the match was the same as the gear he wore at SummerSlam in 92. Lawler said it more than once on commentary, and they're not even similar at all. They're so ridiculously different. They're both long, but they're clearly different gear. And I'm like, why would you just tell that lie when any fan can just go watch SummerSlam 92 and see that that's not true? There goes Bret all the way down. Ramp is elevated kind of like it was at WrestleMania 3 and WrestleMania 6 due to the enormity of the audience. No, Mike Witt, I never had a pair of Bret Hart shades in my house ever. I never bought a pair off of any sort of shop. I didn't have too much Bret Hart merchandise. I got an autographed picture of him. And that's about it in terms of Bret memorabilia. I've got some artwork of him too, actually. A few little knickknacks. That's awesome, Chris. What's up, dude? Appreciate that $5. Hey, Greg. Hope all is well. A friend of mine named Nick, pro MMA fighter, had Brett put his sunglasses on him at a house show in the year I graduated high school. That's awesome. 1995. Class of 95. I think that's why I like that movie. It's a Ryan Reynolds movie, Just Friends. They like graduated in 95. Like, class of 95. Who put their tassel in their rearview mirror in their car? Raise your hand. You know you did. Mine only stayed there from the time I got it, like a couple months before I graduated, until maybe the end of the summer. So I was like maybe a 4-monther on mine. So I didn't keep it forever. I moved on with life as soon as I got out of high school. I was like, I don't really need to remember this place. Let's go to California. Right in the old fish and chips. You know, I saw Brett wrestle only a couple of times back in the day. Wish I got to see him more. Nice. Davey. Like, so now when I watch this, I mean, the story goes that Davey's blown up extremely early. He seems fine. I mean, he's breathing heavy. But I don't think he's that gassed. Who's that? Mike McGurk? Damn, Heenan. But, like, sometimes, as much as I love Brett, I think he maybe overplays how fucked up Davey Boy was just so it makes him look that much better, because this was, despite Davey's condition, a really good match. So maybe Davey was maybe not at his best, but he certainly wasn't a cracked-out lunatic in this match. He seems to know what the fuck's going on. Nice solid armbar. I'm fooked. I'm like, are you sure you're fooked? You might be all right. I mean, Diana kind of looks like Mike McGurk. Just doesn't have the crazy hair. Nice. I remember the finish happening. I'm surprised the finish went down the way it did. I thought the 3 count was kind of quick, but the fans were just ready for it. Like, you're not going to put this match in the main event. This is a good example of how predictability is not always bad, because you're not going to main event this and have Bulldog lose and have a fucking soccer riot in the middle of Wembley Stadium. Jesus. There was only one way this match was going to end. Brett's backing up Davey. Oof. Nice knee. It's so fun to watch them work in singles because I recognize so many spots they did from the tag. They brought a lot of what they did in their tag team matches into their singles matches as well. That would be shown all the way up until 95. That bump, they might even do it here where Bulldog flips upside down, hits the corner, and comes down. They've done that a bunch of times. They love to do the crucifix. Brett and Bulldog. They love to do some sort of roach crotch spot with Brett. Davey Boy and Brett, that was the first time I ever witnessed the move. Basically, I guess it would be, what would it be? Maybe a counter to a hip toss or something into a crucifix pin. And I remember the first time I ever saw it executed on anybody was Davey doing it to Brett on, like, way before either team was tag team champion, like right at the beginning of the Hearts run and Bulldog's coming in. They had really weird gear back then, and I was blown away by it. I'm like, that's a fucking awesome move. Now it's pretty routine, but it's the first time I saw it. I'm like, I'm 9. I'm like, that's awesome. Reverse pile driver. Inverted atomic drop. Vince McMahon, not reverse pile driver. There's a crucifix. There it is right there. And Brett counters. See, Brett had that scouted because the first time Davey pulled that shit on him in 1985, he got bit by it. 7 years later. Nope, no way. Bulldog's not going to give up in a goddamn chin lock. Or what's now looking like a headlock. Side headlock. See, there's the monkey flip spot. They love that one. They love that one. You can kind of see the hard cam being affected by the crowd energy. You know, like it shakes. It literally shakes. I'm a big mark for the first and last initials on wrestling boots. So I like the BB on Bulldog. Ric Flair always did that. Timothy Thatcher does it. Big Bulldog to Bulldog. Yeah, see, Heenan caught that. I don't know where he's going. Brett, when do you go to the top, bro? Stupid. Who taught you? Ric Flair? Oof. Oh, Bulldog, you're going to go up there. Okay, because you're a guy that also sucks up here. Not really your thing. Headbutt, watch. Running headbutt. Nope, missed. Bulldog does do that move. He does do a top rope headbutt. He's done it a bunch. It doesn't look great, but he does it. Dynamite, however, had a much better one. WWE fan forever, I'm sorry that you're late, but it's too late. We had to block you. So sorry. You're either here on time or you just don't play. I don't make the rules, bro. Ooh, there goes Davey. Brett's getting booed. Booed in Wembley. Well, Brett also probably knew, looking at the card, there was no way they couldn't steal the show. Look at the matches that were on this thing. The only one with real, true in-ring potential probably would have been Shawn and Martel. Ooh, God, that Bulldog spot is gnarly. Now, that's a spot that Brett references in the past of Bulldog like not being ready to catch him. And he kind of just took him over and damn near broke his neck. It was gnarly looking. But that doesn't, I mean, that's, I don't know if that's a result of the crack binge or if maybe Bulldog just wasn't ready. Okay. At least you had a reason. I'll let it pass and slide this one time. You're welcome back in here, WWE fan forever. Chris Miner, appreciate the $2. We haven't had a UK pay-per-view since Insurrection in 2003. Yeah, it's about time. I'm glad Castlevania is heading that way. Plus, he's British. My chef, who I worked with for about 7 years, he just quit last year. New chef's working out fine, but I missed the old chef, and he was British. And he taught me the differences between a wanker and a tosser. We sat at the bar one night, and he broke it down for me. And I was appreciative of the education. Because I know sometimes I can be both. And I wanted to make sure I knew, when he referred to me as one of those, what I was acting like. Thank you for that, WWE fan forever. Well, just consider yourself on probation, and we'll see how it goes. As long as you're not late anymore, everything will be fine. Big backdrop to Davey. Come on, Bulldog. So he looks pretty spent there. Nice. Nice. I mean, Brett is way grittier than Davey to me. Always was. A little more aggressive. Always fucking cinch up on you, wear you down, that type of stuff. Davey was just more like power and the touch of finesse. But Brett would pound your ass, man. He made up for the weight difference that was in most of his matches, especially here. Davey probably outweighs him by 20. Those, an England trademark, those horns. What do we have that's stupid? We got to have something that's pretty bad, right? Back of the neck elbow. It's about time for college football to be starting up. A lot of stupid traditions in college football stadiums around the country, so I'm sure we have plenty of examples that are just as bad as the horns. I've seen fucking horse and buggies being turned over at Oklahoma Sooner games, all the people falling out of them. So yeah, we do stupid shit too. Another chin lock. I'm fooked. What do I do next? You win, dumbass. Oh, yeah, what? Hello. Good one, Ray. Thank you. That, by far, is easiest. Easily, the worst thing a crowd can do across the entire world. I don't think any country has anything worse than that. Although the what might be international. Do people what in London? They might. Yeah, boy, Davey does look a little bit on the not having a six-pack side. Let's put it that way. A little bit of cushion in his boiler there. Brett, let go. He knows he's got 5. Brett's smart. He's cerebral. Oh, good kick. Brett is so good at that. Yeah, the What Chat is international. Okay, so we can't blame us for that. Well, we can blame us for starting it, but we didn't spread it. Davey looks fooked to hell. Fooked. I love hearing Heenan kind of root for Brett. It's kind of awesome. Oof. Look at Brett. Still kept it on. Ooh. That's a rough bump. That's a rough bump in the corner. No, I think if Dynamite, even if he wouldn't have gotten hurt and stayed healthy, I think Dynamite would have gotten. He's his own worst enemy. Ooh, there it is. Didn't I call that one out? The crotch spot. They used to do that in the tag matches all the time. Same spot, press slam into the crotch, and then Brett would get tangled on his way down. They've done that spot like 30 times. But I think Dynamite, even if WWE wanted to push him as a single, his behavior would have held him back. But his presence might have also stopped the Hart push too. So I'm glad Dynamite wasn't there during all that and allowed Brett to do his thing. But I would like to think even if Dynamite was healthy, that Vince would have picked Brett over him anyway. Because I think Brett was more liked than Dynamite. Nice big suplex. Yeah, Brett and Macho would have been fun, but we kind of got it. Brett and Randy did have a match at one point when one or the other was the champion. They also worked in '88 on Saturday Night's Main Event, a really good match. I wish we got more Brett and Steamboat matches. If we could get like Brett and Steamboat around '93, but Steamboat was in WCW. Or maybe even in like '91. Well, shit, '91 they were in the same company. The Dragon was there. But only one match of them exists, from what I know. Boston Garden, I think. Get it, Bulldog. This is your chance. Power slam him. Pin him. Look at Morella counting double hand. I've never seen a ref do that. Usually it's 1, 2. Big power slam. Is Brett going to kick out? Hooked a leg, Davey. Should have hooked the leg. Should have hooked the leg. I don't believe anyone. Ooh. Ooh, almost won with a German. Ric Flair's the only guy. Brett never did hook a leg. You always wonder when he went through that sequence, he would go for a pin after each move, only for the opponent to kick out every time. If he would have hooked a leg just one of those times. But that would have been weird if the match ended after a second rope elbow. But he still made those near falls exciting every time, even though he came off to the with the second rope elbow. And that was a part of his routine of the Russian leg sweep and the backbreaker and all that. You knew the person was going to kick out, but even though every time they did, it was still exciting. Here comes the superplex. Boom. 1, 2, and Brett kicks out. See, I kind of get, that Davey looks a little bit not as in peak shape as he's always been, but I certainly don't think he's a cracked out, completely gassed, memoryless fucking idiot. I think there's got to be somewhere in between there is where the truth lies. Big double clothesline. Piper and Brett did the same spot at Mania. Yeah, Brett and Rick Rude would have been good. But Rude was off to WCW as well. Look at that. He's got the sharpshooter on him. Look at Brett positioning his legs. Come on, Brett. Going that way. He doesn't have it in good at all. Looks terrible. Brett, this is how Sting puts it on. Come on. He's got it now. Oh, he's got it. Now it looks pretty good. He's got it on him. Take the easy way out, pal. Brett already has a pre-existing gash on his nose. I'd be into a ECW pay-per-view. We only have one more week left, though, to get a SummerSlam in. So let's bust out another SummerSlam. Oh, there we go. What a pop. What a pop. Look at that crowd. The Countryman wins. And that is it. Bulldog wins. And Brett would be beltless only for a short time. One of my favorite pops in wrestling. And he's got the title now. Davey did look good with the Intercontinental title. It was such a short run for him. My God, it was short. He won every belt in WWE except for the world title. Tag, IC, tag again, European, hardcore. But never the big one. He's trying to cry. He's pretending to. He's definitely not crying. Probably on account of the crack. Allegedly. Allegedly. Extends a hand of friendship just like Piper did to you, Brett. 2 babyface pay-per-view IC title matches in a row. And he's leaving. Hug Davey. He's your brother-in-law. Boo. He puts one foot on the rope. And they boo. Go hug him. You know you want to hug him. Touch those braids. I mean, he beat you fair and square, Brett. It's not like Mania. There we go. Yeah, 87 Survivor Series. I'll do that. I'm into that. And Diana's in the ring. Wonder if what kind of terms Brett and Diana are on these days. I hope it's good. Things seem to be pretty traumatic in the Hart family, which is always sad for me. Once Owen died, wheels came off, man. Splits happened. Stu and Helen died. Conflicts. Everything seemed to be okay up until then. Canadian Stampede, that great moment with everybody, the whole family, and then division. What a SummerSlam! What a family. One minute there's jealousy, the next minute they're hugging. Oh, God. With the pyro, Davey, Brett, Hart family on top. That's all right in Good Mike Works book. $80,000 they claim there. I don't know what the official is. It's probably close to that. It's definitely 70. Look at it. My God. Anyway, awesome. I am so glad we got a chance to watch SummerSlam 1992. 30 years have gone by since that pay-per-view aired. We'll try to be here again next week to do another one. I'm liking the SummerSlam 1990 idea. The only thing that will stop us is if I do have to work. I'm right in the middle of my busiest season at work, so there are going to be a Dynamite live reaction or a Sunday watch-along here or there that I'm just going to have to miss. But once we get in the fall, we'll be back to our normal schedule. But if we are here next Sunday, like I hope to be, then I will probably do SummerSlam 90. Plan is to be here tomorrow night, so if you guys want to join us for a Raw review tomorrow, we'll be up here streaming again, trying to get caught up and on everything we missed from when I was on vacation. So we'll be here doing a Raw review tomorrow, and then, of course, I will be back on Wednesday to do a Dynamite live reaction. We'll watch Fyter Fest Night 3 together. Should be a hoot, so you'll get a lot more of me as the week goes on. So you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday night and your last few hours of your weekend, and join us tomorrow for SummerSlam, for WWE Raw review, and we will be previewing SummerSlam, which is coming up next Saturday. So you guys have a good rest of your night.